Coming to you from the studios of STL TV in Forest Park, it's the best of the STL. On tonight's show, Executive Director of Teen Swag USA, Ernest Crowder. Author and speaker, Suzanne Venker. Heating things up in the kitchen, NICO. And here's your entertainment for tonight, John Doe, the Pathological Lyre. And here's your host, Ivy Hartman and Raina Reynolds.
This one's called Magic. Come into my magic kingdom. Come and take a magic carpet ride. I can show you unseen treasures. I can make a place for you and I. I'm a genie in a bottle of your fantasies. 1,000 wishes I can grant you. All you have to do is come with me. I can free your inhibitions. You don't have to be ashamed at all. Close your eyes and let me hold you. Trust me, I will catch you if you fall.
We are definitely going to have fun. I got to tell you, though, these hot St. Louis summer months, I'm trying not to let them get me down.
They're not going to get me down. You will not hear me complain once about the heat because you'll be sick of hearing me complain about the cold in the winter.
The cold winter, so you're soaking up the sun. You know, we're spending a little bit of time at the pool to try to stay cool.
Yeah, now I go outside, you know, the air conditioner's on in the house because the kids roast and, Mom, you never get cold, you never get hot. So it's on in the house. I go outside and I'm like, oh, I just love it.
Oh, wow.
I love it.
We always see Raina out on the streets. Now we know who to send on assignment out there on the 4th of July.
Wait a minute.
No, just kidding. Be careful what you volunteer for.
I'm just kidding. I'm okay with that.
We're glad that Raina's here, and we love to keep you informed about what's going on around St. Louis. But we've also got a new face joining us on the show, and here at STL TV, we've got Tim Lampley, who is a broadcast journalist. He's done some stuff on the East Coast, and he's from the St. Louis area, and we are so glad to see him here.
Yes, we are. And you know what? We're going to go to him in a minute, but we got to remind him to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and, of course, on YouTube.
YouTube. You know, it's the best way to find us. Share the show with others that you know, and find out about when the upcoming shows are coming up. Is the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
On Facebook, right?
Be sure to friend us on
Yeah.
Facebook. Yeah.
It's a great way to keep in the know.
We like friends.
We're good friends. We're going to do a little catching up, but we're going to let Tim catch you up on some of the great things coming up on the show.
Thanks, Raina and Ivy. You have great energy, and I love it. Thanks for welcoming me, and this is my first show. But let me tell you, even if I wasn't a co-host, I would certainly be in the audience today. We have some great surprises, some great entertainment, and we even have some free food. So if you would like to be an audience member in the studio right here, give us a call here at 552-2970. That's 314-552-2970. Now let's toss it to LJ in the kitchen. What you cooking up, girl?
Well, thank you so much, Tim. I am here with Chef Extraordinaire Darren Cinch from the new hot spot in the Loop, NICO. So welcome to the show, Darren.
Thank you.
Oh, that looks really cool over there. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But tell us about this new restaurant.
We are a Mediterranean wine bar located in the Loop.
Okay.
We are a casual fine dining place.
Casual fine dining. Nice little compromise there.
Yes, it is. We also, I do a lot of seasonal ingredients in my cooking.
Okay.
We also offer a wide variety of wines and different drinks.
Okay, and I understand you have live music there too.
Yes, we have live music every Thursday,
Live music every
starting at 9
Thursday.
p.m.
So it's this new hotspot that's been over there. How long has it been there?
We've been there for 4 months.
And have you been there that same amount of time?
Yes, I have.
Wow, so you're the executive chef there.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you're the man.
Yes, I am.
Oh, the man, Darren Since the man. So tell us exactly what you do as the executive chef there.
I come up with all the menu items. I do a lot of the costing, ordering, managing the kitchen staff.
Now, I understand you're pretty creative too, because you're doing something over here called the making of the pasta.
Yes, I am making a handmade pasta. It's called orecchiette.
Wow. Now, what exactly is that?
Orecchiette means little ears in Italian, and it's basically a semolina and all-purpose flour mixture, and I'll form these up until they look like little ears, and then I'll blanch them off.
Wow, so that's going to be great when we come up in the second segment. So it's some really great things that are happening, a really great place over there, and we want you to know about this place as well. So I think we can give them something to entice them to get there. What do you think?
Yes, we can.
I have a gift card over here for 25 big ones. I should keep it, but we're on television. So we're going to give it to someone in our studio audience. So if you would do the honors for us in picking out a winner. Who we have there?
Maybe you can do better at pronouncing that.
Well, let's see. We're going to go with Aquitinez Miles. Miles. Miss Miles! All right. She's our winner. She's going to get to check this kind of stuff out firsthand. But before we do any of that, we've got to go to break. And up next is going to be Ernest Crowder. See you in a minute.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hey St. Louis, I'm Cara Kay. Keep it right here on STL TV.
Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. You'll discover healthy and loving animals just waiting to become a part of your family. Find out more at theshelterpetproject.org.
There's a monster in my bathtub. There's one on the couch.
Keep innocent things from triggering an asthma attack.
Please make the monsters go away.
Learn how to stop their asthma attacks at noattacks.org.
We are having a good time. A really good time.
John
having a really good time with a really good person. I am over here with Christian, the magician. That's
Hello.
you. That's you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Now, I understand that you're new to the St. Louis area.
I have been here just a few years.
Just a few years, and I understand we're lucky to have you.
I'm lucky to be here. I love it.
We love St. Louis, too. It's the best.
There you go.
Now, what exactly does a comedy magician do?
Very little, hopefully. Now, a comedy magician, we focus more on the comedy and the interaction with the audience than the actual magic, which means I'm not very good at magic, but...
I don't believe that. I heard some wonderful things about you on your website, that you're just hilarious.
It's my website.
That you're fabulous, and that you do a lot of things with family entertainment, and you're really a crowd pleaser.
I love my audiences. I love them.
Well, now, I'm a bit of a skeptic when it
Okay.
comes to this whole magic thing.
I am too.
You know.
too.
So how can you make me a believer?
Well, if you like, I could do a magic trick for you right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Then do it.
Let's do it. I just happen to have...
I mean, right there.
Right there. Boom.
Boom. Right
Thank
there
you.
on the set.
Are you believing yet?
I'm not yet.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to do more.
You're going to have to do a little bit more to convince me.
Well, as you can see, there are a variety of cards here.
I see that.
I will have you select one of them at random without even looking, okay?
Okay.
Now, as I riffle down through the deck like that, I want you to say stop
Okay.
anytime you want.
Anytime I want.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, a little faster next time.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing you. I will slow it down.
Stop.
Right there. Is that good?
That's good.
Now, you can go deeper in the deck if you want. I don't want you to feel forced.
I feel that.
You feel that. Go ahead and
feel
take the card you stopped at. Don't let me see it.
I will not.
Make sure that our camera guy sees it so the audiences at home can see it as well.
Okay, okay.
All right, so she selected
Everybody got that?
the card that's not here.
The card that's
The
not
card
there.
that's not here. Now, you can place that card anywhere back into the deck that you want to. It's entirely up to you. Not right there, though. No, I'm kidding.
I was about to say,
I'm
I've
teasing
lost
you.
it.
I'm teasing you. Okay, now you only have one hand available, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you just grab onto one of my hands. You can grab onto the closest one, yeah.
Okay.
And grab onto my wrist.
Grab on
There
your
you go.
wrist.
Ooh,
Okay.
been working out.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Dang.
Can you make these
Look at
cows disappear?
Now, I want you to squeeze it as tight as you can, okay?
Are you
Okay,
sure?
ow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
a little looser.
A little looser.
All right, now I want you to think about your card.
Thinking.
You have it in your mind?
I have it in my mind.
All right. Now, if you can, go ahead and turn. We're going to turn over here. And in case the audience in the studio didn't see, what was the card that you were thinking about?
I was thinking about my card.
Right. What was that?
It was a jack.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Look closely.
I'm looking.
What do you see there?
I see your skin.
Uh-huh, look close.
I'm looking.
In the light. The
I'm
bruise you
looking.
left me because you're so strong.
Right.
The Jack of Spades. You see it now, don't you?
I see it now.
There you go. Jack of Spades.
Wow.
All right. Are you a
Oh
believer
my
yet?
God. Kinda, yeah.
No.
Kinda, wow.
All right. Okay. So that's something.
That's something.
You know, it's something.
I mean, how can somebody learn how to do something like that?
Well, actually, it's quite easy. The way that I learned when I was just a kid, I was 5 years old. When I started to learn to read, I was reading magic books. So any of our citizens out there can go out there, go to the local library, St. Louis County Library, pick up a magic book, and they can start learning how to do magic today.
So you do magic in a lot of different places.
I sure do.
Like?
Well, for one, I perform 2 to 4 times a week at the Circus Harmony in the City Museum.
Wow.
The fabulous City Museum. I also perform at the St. Louis County Libraries and a variety of other really cool places around St. Louis.
Now, I heard that you can levitate people. Is that true?
Did you have someone in mind?
I do.
Okay.
I just happen to have
Really?
someone right here.
Oh, really?
That's going to come on over.
Well, hello.
Come on over. I believe her name is Asia.
This is Asia, my daughter.
Hi,
Yes.
Asia, his daughter.
Right.
Well, she looks, can you levitate me? That would be. But you can levitate her.
Yes, I can levitate Asia.
Let's see what
Shall
you
I?
got.
Let's do it. Go and stand up here. I'm going to use 4 objects to float my dear Asia. The first of which is a chair. The second of which is another chair. The third and fourth objects are a board and a blanket.
Wow.
They go on top of the chairs. And guess where Asia goes?
Where does Asia go?
On top of the board. After which time I cover her up with a soft red blanket. I'm then going to take out one of the chairs.
Yeah, I have to
One.
have a bigger board for
of the chairs. All right. So Agent, come on over. Let me make some room here. There we go. And is it possible to get a little funky beat going on? Can we do that?
I think we can
Get a funky beat. You drop something.
Drop something hot. Just don't drop Asian.
There we go. You ready?
Okay. Wow. He don't need it. Wow. Woo! All right. Woo! Kristen the Magician, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Christian, that was phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on the show.
It's my pleasure. I love St. Louis.
We love it too. Let's see what Ivy and Raina are doing there on the main set.
We're mesmerized.
I absolutely. How do you top that?
I don't
Seriously?
know, man. Can I go over there and get levitated?
I don't
or
know.
something?
LJ always keeps things very uplifting.
Doesn't she know?
She does. It's fun.
I
Yeah.
get it.
There we go.
Uplifting.
See?
I'm a little slow when I get it.
Speaking of giving a little lift to people, our next guest does just that. He's the founder of a youth group dedicated to promoting music, health, and well-being in young people, ages
Right.
8 to 18.
Sure, these talented youth are given an outlet for entertainment as they become role models who represent the organization in the community.
You know, we're going to find out a little bit more about how far that community goes. You know,
Right.
they represent St. Louis all over the place. So please help us welcome Executive Director of Teen Swag USA, Ernest Crowder.
For the longest time. Whoa, for the longest for the longest time.
On your website, though, Teen Swag has an anthem. Who wrote that and who's performing that on the website?
The kids actually, they wrote it, they produced it, and they perform it.
It's professional, though.
They did it. This is what they do.
It's amazing. And we're looking forward to hearing more about how you got started and where Teen Swag USA came from. How long have you been around?
Well, what is it?
Yeah, what is it? Yes.
Teen Swag is a nonprofit youth organization. It's a 501c3, and we focus on kids ages 8 to 18. And we had to figure out a way to capture their attention in order to, sometimes you have to come down to their level and then bring them up to yours. So the music is, instead of them watching BET all day long, then we kind of brought the music to them. They can perform and all of that, but that's how we get them involved and then bring in the educational part.
You know what I want to know? I want to know how Teen Swag USA is making a difference in the lives of these children.
You know what? We have had so much success with kids, and we constantly get kids coming. Something's got to be working right. We have so many kids that we cannot handle all of them. We started another program that where the kids that aged out, they don't want to leave. So what we started was something called the Teen Swag Alumni, okay? And what they do, the only requirement to stay is that they mentor their counterparts, the younger ones, okay? And that seems to be working.
It's nice to have that built in, to have that legacy going. You guys have only been around 5 years. It's hard to believe that. And we talked about you're going out representing St. Louis within the St. Louis community, but way beyond. Talk about the places you performed.
We performed, we were scheduled to perform in Washington, D.C. for the unveiling of the Martin Luther King statue. But unfortunately, the storm was booked also. And we kind of missed that one. We couldn't stay until the reschedule, and then when they rescheduled, we were booked someplace else. But they have performed Atlanta, Chicago, San Francisco, we're scheduled to go to New York to perform. We stay busy year round. Most of the summer, we kind of get tied up between out of state and doing what's good for St. Louis.
Wow.
Okay, and
You know, you were telling us a little earlier that it's more than just the music and the dance. You actually do some amazing things with them in terms of their schooling and tutoring.
yeah,
Talk
of
about
course.
that a
You
little.
know, see, it's not just the dancing is just, and the music is just to attract their attention.
The hook,
Their
yeah.
attention. That's the hook.
Right.
And then, but once they get in there, you don't have to have a certain grade point average to join Teen Swag, but you do have to have a certain grade point average to stay in Teen Swag. What we do is we would tutor you to get your grade point average up to that certain point, and we expect for them to keep it there, okay? And they have to stay in school. You cannot be suspended from school and then come think that it's okay to perform.
Wow.
That's not going to happen. So it kind of works together.
What made you decide to start Teen Swag? A little bit of background on you and then where that passion came from.
You know, actually, I was one of them. I was one of the kids that were out in the streets, and I did what you could ever think of, and probably further beyond that. You know, but I was one of those that was lucky. I didn't wind up dead, and I didn't wind up going to jail, and I kind of snapped out of it by seeing things happen. And what happened was I moved away. I went to school myself. I got my degree, and from that, I got enlisted into the Justice Department, and I wound up working for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, and the Aviation Operations Intelligence Division. And I came home I was deployed, and I came home, and I was laying there watching the news in St. Louis, and all I kept seeing was kids. The whole news were about our youth. And I told my wife, I said, you know, we got to do something. We have to do something about this, because it doesn't seem that whatever is going on, maybe we have to put something back. I didn't know that it was going to be this long 5 years later. And, we knew that it wasn't a day, that it was going to take longer than a day, a week, and not even a month. But we got involved in.
And you've been self-funding that for 5 years. You're a 501c3, so you can take private donations.
We can, and we would, if anybody that wants to donate to us, please do. We have not received it. We don't get any funding. We have not received funding from the state government, the federal, none whatsoever. You know, we do it ourselves the best way that we possibly can. And we don't hate or dislike anybody. We just need to know that we can do it. And we let them know. Our kids live by a code of conduct, okay? We are a family, and we don't close our doors. Everybody is accepted into Teen Swag.
So if someone did want to help fund the program, how would they do so?
You can go on our website at www.teenswagusa.com, or you can call 800-587-1715. And
you know, giving is a great thing, but you're also giving these kids a bigger foundation, because music, you talked about giving them a realistic perspective, because so many of our youth have big dreams to go on and become the next Beyonce.
Yeah.
But you're actually giving them a reality check. Many of them do go on to be successful.
We've had some to be successful, but that is not. Don't that come with the expectations that you're going to wind up a Jay-Z or a Will Smith or any of that?
Because you have some success stories that aren't in the music business but have had great success, and you were telling us about one earlier. Would you share that with us?
Yeah, we have a gentleman here, Khalil. He's a Teen Swag. So now he came from gangs, but he's a high school student at Riverview Gardens, and he is now the commander of the ROTC there. And
becoming and he wants to intern with you.
And he wants to intern
with me.
And
if you want to find out more about how you can get involved with Teen Swag, that website is teenswagusa.com. And I love it because it's so engaging, and people can find out more about how to get involved with Teen Swag.
You just go to the website, it'll tell you anything, or call 800-587-1715.
Sounds great.
There's room for everybody.
We love it. Keep up the good work.
We
Thanks
will.
for joining us. That's really remarkable. You know what? We like to keep things hopping around here. And speaking of hopping, we've had Tim and LJ all over the set, but now we're combining them together in the kitchen. It sounds like trouble to me.
And it looks like we should be over there.
They're giggling. What's up, guys?
Well, all right. If you don't know what good cooking is, you're going to learn today.
You're going to learn today.
I'm here with Darren Sins from the restaurant NICO. Darren, tell us what you're cooking up again.
Right now I'm doing orecchiette pasta. It's going to have asparagus, roasted tomatoes, mushroom, and spinach pesto.
Now, they say that this is a pretty healthy dish.
Yes, it is.
Tell me about
It's very healthy. Obviously, you have some nice fresh ingredients going into it, a lot of vegetables. It is one of my vegetarian courses at the restaurant. Probably one of the healthiest for you there.
Now, the question I have is, will I be able to cook something like this? Because I saw you do the pasta from scratch. In my world, that doesn't happen.
It was very
so
most worlds
you can always buy pasta from the store. There's nothing wrong with dried pasta.
Yes.
But I'm just a fan of, I do everything from scratch. That's the way I was trained, and that's what I like to do. So.
Okay, now how do you know when one of your customers enjoyed the meal?
Usually I can tell by the expression on their face when I'm walking through the dining room. You know, when they're smiling and happy, you know they had a good time there. So,
I really am interested in some of the other, I guess, dishes on the menu, especially those that are healthy, because weight sort of snacks up on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we have a roasted chicken dish.
Okay.
It comes with baby carrots, fingerling potatoes, and sautéed spinach.
Okay.
One of my favorite dishes there, it's not very healthy though, is...
What is that one? That's the
the
one I want to know about.
It's the beef cheek ravioli. And it has a black truffle jus that goes with it with a sunny side up duck egg on top.
Wow.
Now, I know you created this dish.
Yes.
Did you create the one you just mentioned as well? Wow. So you're creating all of these different dishes that are there.
Yes, I am.
You mentioned that a lot of things are seasonal.
Yes, it is.
And he uses a lot of olive oil in his meals as well. Now,
yes, I go through a lot of olive oil. Being in the Mediterranean region, olive oil is a key ingredient there.
Right. And so,
move in a little closer and see
how
what
can
we
we get
got over here?
How can we get a little bit more information about how we can cook this? Do you have this recipe anywhere?
Yes, I do. I mean, it's very simple. For the pasta itself, if you want to make it by hand, it's 3 parts semolina flour to 1 part all-purpose flour, and then just a little bit of water to form it into a dough. The rest of the ingredients you can buy at your local grocery store, like the asparagus, mushrooms. You can get the roasted tomatoes there as well, or you can do them in your oven at 225 degrees for about an hour and a half.
Okay.
The mushrooms you're just going to saute in a pan, or you can roast those in the oven as well. The asparagus you want to blanch off into some water, and same with the pasta.
He even has all the little terms, blanch off. See, man, I just say throw it in the water.
Come on now, I heard that you can throw down in the kitchen.
Yeah, I can throw up in the kitchen. That's about it. I can't really cook very well. I'm trying to learn a few different things. Trying to learn some different things. So people can try this and all the other multitude of recipes that you all have there at your restaurant, which is located at 6525 Del Mar.
Correct.
And they can check you out on the website as well, which is NICOSTL.com. And you're even on Twitter.
Yes, we are.
Are you going to tweet this recipe? Because I didn't write any of that stuff down. You just said.
My boss there tweets a lot of stuff, and same with Facebook, on our Facebook page.
I'm sure they can call you out too.
He'll put all my new recipes and all my new ingredients, everything I do, pictures and everything on
this. This is a cool dish.
It's a really cool dish, and I think we're going to get to try something after we come back from the break. But we got to go to break. We got to go to break.
I'm going to call you DS because that's
DS.
a cool dish. That's a cool dish, so I'm going to call you DS from now on.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be up with Suzanne Venker. Got to go to break.
Playing all over the world. Let me sing a song for you, a melody so pure and true. Help me sing it all over the world. We're gonna dance.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
Packers, Vikings,
Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
But when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country. Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
When tragedy struck Indonesia and Haiti, the world responded. The famine, war, and drought affecting the Horn of Africa right now is larger than both these crises combined, and the world should be paying attention. Text a donation of $10, but do more than donate. Forward the facts to everyone you know. Forward from our site, forward on Facebook, and forward on Twitter. We are the relief.
Experience St. Louis.
You promised me the world. Is this what you had in mind?
Every choice we make has a consequence. Help EarthShare and its members restore balance to the world. Visit earthshare.org and see what you can do. EarthShare, one environment, one simple way to care for it.
Welcome back. And here's the moment that we've all been waiting for all evening. We've heard the band playing, and they have been jamming. Let me tell you, if I can go out and get their music today, I will. It is John Doe, the Pathological Lyre. Check it out.
Come on, everybody clap your hands like this. And everybody clap your hands like this. Everybody clap your hands. Hey. Sprinting and she knows it. She knows it. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Sprinting and she knows it. She knows it. I like the way she knows that she is sexy. And her eyes say, I know you like my style. Her arrogance matches her elegance. She likes the way that she is looking. It's relevant to have a confidence, because it really turns me on. But da-da-ba-ba-ba, da-da-ba-ba-ba. Sprinting and she knows it. She knows it. Ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-da-da-da. Sprinting and she knows it. She knows it. She's the reason beautiful is beautiful. And she knows that everything she wears accentuates her hair. She's more than a woman. She's everything that men desire. She's natural and in control, and that is something she admires. Sprinting and she knows it. She knows it.
zoo, a giraffe to a leaf, like lettuce to beef. So we can pound whatever you wanna do with the poise and school designs, whatever you wanna do. Look, she know I shine on, I know she like bright. We keep it piled on, just like a hood fight. I hit the pylon, she rocks with eyes bones. Look what her thigh doing, up in that nylon. She's what correction be, and I've been drinking Hennessy. A perfect chemistry for charismatic tendencies. Girl, you a lethal weapon. Look at how you stepping, and you know it, don't you? That's probably why I want you. I'll be your wild card, baby, if you be my Uno. You keep the boys running after you, a Monty Tuma. I like your ways, and you're sweeter than raisins. You keep me saying, sprinting, and she knows it. She knows it. Ba, ba, ba. Sprinting, and she knows it. She knows it. Ba, ba, ba. Sprinting, and she knows it. She knows it. Ba, ba, ba. She knows it. Thank you. You're John Doe.
Fantastic job. I'm standing here with my man Black from John Doe, the Pathological Lyre. And you know what? I forgot to do my Don Cornelius impression. I meant to say, here's a band, you're going to be digging, and et cetera, et cetera. So that's all I had. Anyway, I'll tell you what. You guys know how to cut it up. Can you tell us who's here? And then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about the name itself.
Okay, on the bass, we have Mr. B.
Okay.
On the drums, Legato White.
All right.
And on guitar and keys, Ray Vilatic.
What's up? All right, now tell me about John Doe, the Pathological Lyre. Where'd you come up with that?
Well, the name John Doe, the Pathological Lyre, is because, you know, we play a slew of different genres of music, from hip-hop, R&B, rock, country, soul, everything in between. So we chose the name John Doe, the Pathological Lyre, because you can never really figure out what style of music we're going to play, because we play them all very well, we hope.
You guys kind of migrated from elsewhere. You said New Orleans? Nolans? Yeah.
We ended up there. Actually, we're kind of, you know, having an intergalactic home on planet Dykema 8, but we did land in New Orleans, and that's where our home is.
Okay, now what sets you guys apart from a lot of the other bands out here? I mean, your sound is different, and you guys really have harmony, and you can play. I mean, you're not just a, you know, these days they have the boy band who can sing, but they don't play instruments. You know?
Well, all of us are classically trained musicians as well. So
hello.
Right. So we feel that you know, all genres of music, you know, really, you know, should be played with a sense of sincerity, and that's what we want to bring to all the different types of music, is being sincere in everything we play, to send a message to everyone.
You seem to play off of each other very well too. And so, chemistry or talent? What's more important for having a really good band?
Well, I think both are really important, you know, but of course, chemistry with a band is always going to be most important, because you can have all the talent in the world, but if that gumbo isn't right, like we say in New Orleans, then, you know, it just won't taste right.
Where do you want to take all of this? I mean, where do you want to go from here? I mean, are you looking to sign with a major label and do some big things out in Hollywood?
Definitely. We have the doors open for that. We're working on some things right now. We actually just finished writing a song for the president for his campaign, so that went national.
Okay, now tell us how we can get more information about the band and how to find your music.
You can find us on Twitter. That's at John Doe the PL. That's JONDOE the PL. You can also find us on Reverb Nation as well as John Doe, JONDOE the PL.
John Doe, the Pathological Lyre. Thank you very much. Let's toss it back to Raina and Ivy. You guys are digging that music, aren't you?
Yeah, we're loving it. We're just saying that.
It's called the best of the STL for a reason.
You're
Seriously?
right. Absolutely.
We love bringing you the best. And let's bring out our next guest. Speaking of the best, she's a former teacher turned social critic and an author.
But first and foremost, she is a wife and mother with 2 young children.
And she's traveled the nation speaking about conservative versus feminist issues and finding balance between careers and motherhood. Please help us welcome Suzanne Venker. talked a little bit about how you're traveling the country, speaking about conservative issues versus feminists. Can you define what those two things mean to you and the platform that you are traveling on?
So the feminist set of values, if you will, is essentially about believing that there is a patriarchy in America and that women are, or have been, up until recently, oppressed if it weren't for feminism. And today, we owe feminists for the lives that we have. And those lives that they want women to have is all about elevating women to the exclusion of really any discussion of men or children or family. And having that focus be for women on their career. So you find, for example, when young women go to college, they're encouraged to focus and map out their lives according to this career that they're going to have with very little, if any, room for marriage and motherhood. And that causes a problem later when people find, wow, this sort of trajectory that I was encouraged to take did not pan out the way they wanted it to later, when they find that marriage and motherhood become a lot more important to them down the road than it did when they were maybe 22. So to contrast that to the conservative viewpoint, although I prefer the word traditional, because I think conservative is just a really scary word. People think that, you know, they've been taught to think that is a negative. And so to me, it just means traditional. It means what are those classic values that we are all really wanting for ourselves? At the end of the day, what do we want? And I think that we talk too much about diversity and not enough about our commonalities as human beings and what we all are here for and what we want. And I think in that way, family is something that binds all of us.
Absolutely.
So I think that should be the focus, and that's not feminist focus. Feminist focus is women.
Now, you've authored The Flip Side of Feminism.
Right.
And then what are you doing now in addition to that? You're blogging?
So that was out in March of last year.
Okay.
And, you know, I did the requisite publicity for that for a few months or whatever. And then I have another book coming out in February of next year. So I've been sort of working on that.
And that one is How to Choose a Husband.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. yeah, which is great. You're releasing it Valentine's Day.
I was just gonna say, you know, can you really help some of my friends here?
Well, yeah, the reaction already has been really interesting. And again, there's so many aspects to what really has happened with marriage. And obviously we know we have a high divorce rate, everybody knows that. But even more to the point is that the Pew Research Center just pointed out or released a study that showed that in the last 15 years, men have a 7-point percentage decrease in their interest in marriage. In other words, when the question was asked, is marriage important to you, or how important is it to you? For marriage, for men, it has dropped considerably. For women, it has the other way. Well, that's a problem. How are they going to get together when they don't even agree on? Okay.
Huh.
So
that's the premise of the book.
Yeah.
What happened in your life, career, motherhood, marriage, you know, to get on your path to get you to where you are now on this platform?
So I got married for the first time when I was 23, and that marriage lasted 4 years, no kids. And I moved back to St. Louis, where I'm from. I had moved, and I was away for 10 years up east, and he was from New York, and that, you know, we don't have time here to get into that, obviously. But, so then I moved home, and I met my husband shortly thereafter, a couple years later, remarried at 30, had my first child at 32, and my second at 35, and they're in the audience over there.
They're excited to be here with Mom, yeah.
So from 22 to 32, I was solidly in the workforce. I taught for years. I worked with at-risk youth. I left teaching eventually and decided to write. And actually, yeah, that's a whole other conversation. But
so, let me ask you this. In your writing, because you're writing about some pretty serious topics here, you know, what's the message? What's the message you want people to get? What do you want us to understand?
So I think if I had to put it all under one umbrella, I think that to me it is all about what really matters and what we really want. What are we here for? What, at the end of the day, what do we take to bed with us? You know, is it our relationships or is it our work? And work is great. I love my work. But sort of shifting that whole value set that we have today and comparing it to where we were 40 or 50 years ago, it's dramatic. It's dramatic. Life revolved around family, and everything else was sort of orbiting, if you will, around that. Now it's the complete reverse. It's me, it's my life, it's my career, it's women, and then there's these things that are sort of floating. I'm floating. I'm going this direction with my
chair. Yeah.
I gotta move.
It's a visual effect. How do you like that? To drive home the
We're
point.
like that on the Best of the STL.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, we do that. No, but you know, where do you see it going? Where do you see what you're doing? What difference do you see it making?
Yeah.
What I would like to do is, what I really want to do is just offset the media messages and the cultural messages that I believe are harmful to women. I think that women are being misled. I think that they are following a path that they've been taught by, not just, as we talked about, feminists, but also music, television, the movies, all this, for lack of a better word, garbage that's basically being fed to them and steering them in the wrong direction, so that they are, the messages that they're getting are conflicting with what they really want. And that ultimately, if we get those back on track in terms of our values and teaching them what we know in the end is really going to make them happy, then
Which
they
is
can,
a focus on family, and everything else is ancillary, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think that
relationships, marriage, motherhood, family.
But it's not for everyone.
No, this is for people who want it.
Right.
Which is most people.
Right.
And the fact that there's people who don't, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about your book. Can we up again one more time?
Okay.
Ivy's already got one.
Oh.
I don't.
What?
Married.
Okay,
I'm
she's
married.
already got a
We're
husband.
talking about the ring.
I
Yeah.
know, so how you help me? What's in that book that's gonna help me find a husband?
I don't know, because I don't
I
know
might
what
not
your
want
story
one,
is.
but just in case I do.
Yeah.
So the book is really encouraging women to approach men in marriage with a completely different viewpoint and thinking of it as a positive thing instead of a negative, because I think right now the idea is that our women have been taught that marriage is going to sort of be the end of who they're going, the end of them, the end of their individuality, the end of their life. And it isn't. It's the beginning. And it used to be considered the beginning. And now it's not. And that's not helpful to you, because your negative attitude going in is going to affect.
Did you follow some research or some studies to try to help parlay that into the how to choose a husband thing, or was it mostly built on personal experiences and some case study with conversation?
It's both.
Okay.
It's both. Now, my previous books are really heavily research-based. This one wasn't supposed to be, but it did end up being about twice as much as I wanted it to be, but it's both.
I tell you what, Suzanne, it is a tough topic to fit into a tiny little segment. For more information, you can visit SuzanneVenker.com. Really good information. And the book, How to Choose a Husband, is coming out February 14th, 2013. So keep your eyes open for that. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, a lot of fun. No rest for the weary, Raina. I tell you what, we've been given a good gig here. We get to chat with Suzanne, and it's our other guests. That's right, keeping Tim running. I wonder what he's got going now in the audience.
Now, thank you, ladies. You did a great job with that interview. But you'll never guess who I'm with right now. Go ahead and take a guess. Take a guess. I can't stand it, I'll tell you. I'm here with the beautiful, bubbling brown sugar. How you doing, girl?
I am doing wonderful, wonderful.
No, seriously, she's here to talk to me about a trip she's hosting in support for the Alliance for Lupus Research. Talk to me about that.
Absolutely. I'm with Bubbling Brown Sugar Productions. I am Bubbling Brown, a little round, but I do like to get down sugar, baby. Just had to add that in. Hello. And Bubbling Brown Sugar Productions manages people, places, and things. In fact, as it relates to places, we took Ernest to Jamaica. I remember that. And then people, I manage Montina Cooper, who is a background vocalist with Beyonce, and she is originally from St. Louis. So we do have some great talent. Now, as it relates to things, I am working with the Alliance for Lupus Research, and what's happening is we're taking a busload of people from St. Louis to Osage Beach, and what we're doing is we're going to donate a lot of those proceeds to the Alliance for Lupus Research. My granddaughter and her mom co-wrote a book called The Butterfly Book, and the butterfly is a symbol of lupus. It's a symbol of transition and freedom, and that's the symbol there. What I like to do is I like for people to have a really good time. So we'll be going and we'll be doing some things. That is my granddaughter's mom. That's Leandria Mack at leandriamack.com, because her therapy was writing the book. Because lupus is really, really painful. It attacks the organs. There is no known cure, and there's no reason for it. So, since we can't do anything about that right now, what we're trying to do is raise funds for continuous research for it. So, join Bubbling Brown Sugar Productions July the 28th. We're going on this fabulous trip. If you have something that you want to tell the people, we let you do that on the bus. We're going to have my granddaughter there who's going to do her first book signing. She's 6 years old, people. It's never, never, never too soon to push the children. Push the children. So you come on, join us, get on the bus, Gus, and we're going to have a really, really good time.
Can you tell that she's a former radio personality? Really? Can you tell?
I don't mean to brag, and I certainly don't mean to boast, but the real JR is like hot butter on my afternoon toast. I put the hat on JR and the boots on his feet. Hello.
And that's JR right there.
That's the real.
Is that Father Time?
Yes, it is. Do Father Times and my dad.
Now, with lupus attacking more than 1.5 million people in America, this is very important, don't you think?
I think that it's so important. I was with Eddie Kennison, formerly of the Rams, last week. His wife has it, and it affects like you said, 1.5 million people between the ages primarily of 15 and 45. And unfortunately,
the African American community is
yes,
particularly
particularly, and it's really unfortunate that we have 3 times the death rate of Caucasians with lupus. So we've got to find out what's going on and fix it.
Now, I saw some pictures in the concert pictures. What are those?
Oh, that would be my niece. Okay, I'm going to just drop it, okay? My niece, Montina Cooper. You can Google her.
Is that the one who wrote the book?
No, Montina Cooper is the background vocalist with Beyonce.
Okay. Oh,
that's her right there on your left. She's right here from way over there by, it used to be over on Compton, Laclede town. That's where it came from. That is
she's helping with, she's very supportive of your
very
efforts.
supportive, very supportive. She's going to join Eddie Kennison on the next event, and she'll be singing That's Crazy in Love. I wanna. Absolutely.
Now, how can we get more information about how to be involved in the trip and also some of the other great work that you're doing?
Fantastic. You can call me, Bubbling Brown Sugar, at 314, wait a minute, here's my radio voice, 314-215-9143. Again, 314-215-9143. And I'll catch everybody in the audience on the way out the door.
Are you working on any other projects too besides the ones that you mentioned? Is there something else you're doing?
Right now, right now it's for lupus because my mother actually died of lupus. So everything I'm doing right now is is for lupus.
Gosh, and I bet your mother's very proud of you. Let me just thank you again, Bubbling Brown Sugar, for coming out to us today.
It has been my pleasure and an honor. Thank you so much for having me.
You did a great job. Okay, let's toss it back to the ladies in the kitchen. Save me some food, please.
After all your hard work, Tim, we just might save you some food. I don't know. I got a little sample here. I don't know what you all gonna eat.
How'd you get that?
But since Tim dubbed you DS, that's your new nickname on Best of STL. Is that gonna fly with you, Darren?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, well, DS. What is the PS or the postscript to my meal? Give me some the down low on the desserts.
On the desserts, we do a chocolate pot de creme, which is like a chocolate custard. We do a strawberry mascarpone crepe with pistachios and a balsamic vinaigrette reduction.
That sounds amazing.
We have a couple different flavors of ice creams.
I know. I'm trying the homemade pasta.
That's ours, right?
I actually learned. I turned to Raina during the show and I said, really? Tim's all over making that pasta at home. I'm not gonna make pasta at home. And Raina goes, I make everything from scratch. And works full time and has 2 kids. Yeah, I was like, oh good. I'll just go eat at your restaurant.
That's right.
I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
We should all go over
NICO.
there. Yes, go over to NICO, and you can check it out on the website as well.
That's right. And it's more than just a restaurant. From what I've learned tonight, you're also a Mediterranean wine bar. So I don't just have to go in and have a meal?
You can also go there just to drink.
You know where we're going after the show, so we'll see you there.
Right after the show. We're going to go right over there after the show. And if you want more information for a second time on the restaurant, please check them out. NICOSTL.com. Follow them on Twitter. All that good stuff. Chef Extraordinaire DS, we want to thank you so much for being here on the show with us tonight. And thanks to all of our other guests for being on the show with us tonight as well.
Bump all this talking. It's time to eat. Thank our sponsors as well.
And when Tim's ready to wrap it up, we want to thank our audience. We wouldn't have a show without you. You guys were awesome here in the studio. Thanks for tuning in at home.
And we definitely want to thank our band, the John Doe,
John
the
Doe, the
Pathological Lyre.
Lyre.
Take it away, boys.
Okay, the team except for
Wait for the weekend. I know we're gonna have some fun, cause we're having the party. I know you're gonna wanna come. Hey Black, strike up the Barbie. I think we better start early, cause when we all get together, you know how that can be. Everybody likes the way we always put it down. A celebration. Everybody wears a smile. It's quite amazing. A jubilation. We're having a party. Whoa, hey, oh. We're having a party. Whoa, hey, oh. I know that we'll be dancing tonight. Move for romancing. It's written in your libretto. It's my time to say hello. I like the way the warm air blows through all of your long hair. We should stay here for hours, making out in the sauna. Everybody likes the way we always put it down. A celebration. Everybody wears a smile. It's quite amazing. A jubilation. We're having a party. Whoa, hey, oh. We're having a party. Whoa, hey, oh. Black tracks. Everybody likes the way we always put it down. A celebration. Everybody wears a smile. It's quite